Jujutsu Kaisen didn't just break all of our hearts. If you know, you know. No, it introduced one of the most amazing and versatile power systems in anime. We got to see different powers and cursed techniques that can get real deadly real fast. From broken domains to reality-altering abilities, these powers are not your average wham bam thank you type of abilities. They can actually erase you from existence. In this video, we're counting down the 7 deadliest curse techniques in Jujutsu Kaisen, ranked by lethality, scale, and just how terrifying they'd be in a real fight. Let's start at the bottom, though honestly, there's nothing weak about any of these. Let's start with blood manipulation at number 7. Blood manipulation is one of the most versatile and underestimated curse techniques in the series. First developed by Noritoshi Kamo, and later perfected by Choso, this ability lets the user control and weaponize their own blood, and it gets brutal. Remember how broken Katara became with bloodbending in the last Airbender series? I feel like this is a route that Gege could have taken, but sadly he didn't, making this the least deadly on the list. But it can do stupidly dangerous damage all the same. Let's break it down. The user can harden their blood into projectiles, create weapons like spears or whips, and even manipulate the blood inside someone else's body if it enters their system. Yeah, you do not want to bleed around these guys. Choso adds another layer of deadliness with Supernova, where he compresses multiple blood orbs and detonates them in mid-air. The splash radius alone makes it hard to escape without serious injuries. But that's not all. Choso also has Slicing Exorcism, a high-speed slash that cuts through opponents like butter. And he can coagulate his own wounds instantly, making him incredibly durable. The real danger with blood manipulation is how hard it is to predict. It's both long range and close quarters, with dozens of variations. It punishes hesitation and adapts fast. In the hands of someone as tactical as Choso, it's lethal from the first move. This is one of those techniques that doesn't look flashy at first, but by the time you realize what's happening, you're already bleeding out. Up next, we have Cursed Spirit Manipulation. And just off the rip, let's acknowledge how much Geto was a problem to the JJK society, making this technique pretty dangerous. This technique lets the user absorb and control curses like Pokemon, except way darker. Suguru Geto's ability allows him to take in any cursed spirit and then use their abilities as his own. The deadlier the curse, the more firepower he has. That alone is deadly, but then Kenjaku took it to a whole new level. By combining cursed spirit manipulation with centuries of body hopping and battle knowledge, Kenjaku turns this into a full-scale, battlefield-dominating arsenal. He commands monsters like Uzumaki, which can summon a huge energy blast made from countless curses capable of leveling buildings in seconds. He doesn't need to fight you head-on. He overwhelms you with dozens of curses, all with different abilities, and once you're tired, he finishes the job himself. In a war, this cursed technique is terrifying. Imagine facing off against a commander who brings an entire army of special-grade curses with him, all controlled in real time. That is what makes it one of the most strategically broken and lethal techniques out there. But that's not all. Enter Sukuna. When Sukuna fights, he doesn't waste time. His signature techniques, Cleave and Dismantle slashes, are precise, insanely fast, and adjust automatically depending on the enemy's cursed energy or durability. Dismantle is the default, a basic slashing attack that still cuts through most opponents like paper. Cleave, on the other hand, is what makes things terrifying. It automatically calibrates to the target, ensuring a lethal blow no matter who or what Sukuna's fighting. It's like having a cursed scalpel that adapts to every body type, every defense. Now, combine that with Sukuna's speed, power, and intelligence. You're basically facing a machine programmed to find and exploit your weakness instantly. During the Shibuya arc, and later in the Culling games, Sukuna used these attacks to one-shot opponents, slice through defenses, and even dissect high-level sorcerers like it was light work. And let's not forget, he doesn't just cut through flesh. With enough power behind it, Cleave and Dismantle have severed curse techniques, meaning even defensive domains and barriers aren't safe. Fighting Sukuna is so overpowering that even Gojo had to be careful around them. That alone puts these techniques high on the list. At number 4, we have Satoru's Hollow Purple. If we're talking about raw power, Hollow Purple is absolute destruction wrapped in cursed energy. Born from merging blue, attraction, and red, repulsion, Hollow Purple creates a spatial singularity that erases anything in its path. Think of it like this. Blue pulls everything inward. Red blows everything apart. Purple combines both and does the deed. When Gojo fires it, space collapses in on itself and rips forward like a black hole. He used it during his fight with Hanami, and the moment it connected, Hamani half was ripped off in an instant. This ability is something that we don't want to mess with. An evil Gojo would be a menace. At number 3, we have the 10 Shadows technique. Now, on the surface, Megumi's 10 Shadows technique looks like a cool summoning power that allows him to call on shikigami to fight for him. But once you understand what it's truly capable of, it becomes one of the most dangerous techniques in the entire series. The 10 Shadows user can summon up to 10 different shikigami, each with unique strengths, from great trackers to vicious attackers. When a shikigami dies, its cursed energy gets absorbed into the others, making them stronger and more refined. But what really makes this technique such a nightmare is Mahoraga. Bro is the final forbidden shikigami that no 10 Shadows user has ever tamed, except Megumi. Well, Sukuna, actually. Mahoraga is a problem, and he usually wants all the smoke. Once summoned, it adapts to any attack it receives. It evolves. You cannot kill it the same way twice, and that includes techniques like Limitless or Reverse Cursed Energy. Even Sukuna acknowledged Mahoraja's strength and had to go all out to counter it. So yeah, if a 10 Shadows user ever fully tames Mahoraga while coordinating the other 9 summons, that's game over for just about anyone. And the only reason this isn't number 1 on the list is because we've got worse. At number 2, we have another deadly technique. Mahito's Idle Transfiguration is one of the most horrifying abilities in the Jujutsu Kaisen universe. It doesn't just hurt you, it twists your very soul. Here's how it works. Mahito can physically reshape the soul of anyone he touches. Since the soul dictates the shape of the body, according to the lore from the series, changing the soul instantly deforms the body, turning humans into grotesque monsters called transfigured humans. This cursed technique is especially terrifying because normal attacks won't stop him. Unless you can affect the soul directly, Mahito will keep regenerating. He can grow limbs, expand his size, and instantly heal from injuries. Against regular sorcerers, he's nearly unstoppable. He even managed to mess with Nanami and go toe-to-toe with Yuji, who has the rare ability to actually damage souls. But for everyone else, one touch and you're done. Idle Transfiguration, one of the most terrifying techniques in the JJK world. And at number 1, we're going with Gojo. Unlimited Void is the most broken technique in the entire Jujutsu Kaisen universe. It's a reality collapse that hits your brain like a truck. Inside Unlimited Void, your mind is overwhelmed by infinite information. Every sense is bombarded by every possible input, sight, sound, and thought all at once. Within a second, you've processed a lifetime of data, and your body shuts down. You don't get to fight back. You don't even get to think about fighting back. Time slows, your limbs freeze, and your brain fries itself trying to keep up. It's a psychological death sentence. We saw what it did to Jogo, a special grade curse who was paralyzed almost instantly. And the only reason Yuji survived was because Gojo deliberately pulled him in for only 0.2 seconds, just enough to let him taste it. In a real fight, once Gojo traps you in his domain, it's over. There's no counter, unless you're packing a domain expansion of your own that can overwrite his, and even then, that's no guarantee. Unlimited Void breaks you, physically, mentally, and spiritually. That's why it's the undisputed, deadliest technique in the entire Jujutsu Kaisen universe. Let me know if there's something deadlier than this in the comments. And there you have it. 7 of the most dangerous, broken, and downright terrifying curses in JJK. If you think there's one we missed, or if you'd rank these a little differently, let me know in the comments. And hey, if you enjoyed the breakdown, hit that like and sub button. Until next time.